Hey VC, what's up? It's me, yours truly. I am back to post another quick video. Just gonna go in and do a part two on the Black Album's cover. I this morning, or yeah, I guess kind of early this morning, I put away the stuff, everything that I pulled out for the previous video, and just kind of went through and said, let me pick stuff that I didn't pick last time, just to see, kind of what else was there. So surprisingly, I came up with a number of more Black Album covers. So yeah, here's part two. I think I've seen a lot of people in comments or yeah, in comments talk about how, you know, this thread has just been so crazy, and everybody's kind of jumping on board and all that. And then I was just kind of thinking about it, and I think one of the reasons why it's been so big is it's one of the few like simple ones that we've done in a long time. Like so many people here in the VC, even the people that consider themselves beginners, from a collecting standpoint, even from a learning music standpoint, still probably know more than like 90% of the entire world musically. It's just so much knowledge in the VC from beginners to, everyone. So I think sometimes our threads start getting really deep, and we put a lot of thought into it and all of that. And this just kind of took us back to show a Black Album cover. And I think everyone's really kind of enjoying that, which is kind of cool. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna jump on board and do a second response to it because it is kind of a fun thread to do. So let's just jump right into it. Same as last time, not a lot of talking about each album, just flashing some Black Album covers. So I went ahead and pulled this one off the wall, Corrosion of Conformity. Nice autographed copy of that I have, which is so funny too because he spelled my name wrong, which is just so fitting. So that's a nice one. And this time I did go into my Japanese pressings as well, which I didn't do last time. But Pat Benatar, Live from Mars, you have to have that one. Um, John Coltrane and Duke Ellington, In a Sentimental Mood, fantastic track off that album. Miles Davis, Live in Tokyo. Linda Ronstadt, that's my girl right there. Rat, Shirley P. and Nina. Of course, 99 Red Love Balloons. And I think even with that picture in the front, I think that qualifies as a Black Album cover for the most part. And of course, Billy Joel, Piano Man. This should have been one of the first ones that come to mind because one of the reasons I've had such a hard time finding a copy of this period for so long is that you almost never find them mint because of those black edges. Van Halen OU812 and Foreigner, Agent Provocateur. Another kind of great album there. So those are the ones I pulled from my Japanese collection. And then just kind of random stuff here. You have Whitesnake, Slide It In. Let's see here. Whitesnake, Trouble. Black Sabbath, Eternal Idol. The Bar-Kays, Dangerous. Oops, sorry, bumping the table there. Freak Show. I'm sure you guys remember that song. Any of you that love the days of like the movie Breaking and stuff like that definitely know it. But let me show that really quick. That's my boys right there. But yeah, the Bar-Kays, Black Sabbath, Master of Reality, Genesis, Second Out. Anthony Hamilton. Maybe this doesn't qualify. It's a little more kind of goldish with some other color there, but Soul Life there. Yeah, I figured close enough to pull. Manhattans. This is a 12-inch single to Crazy. Awesome. One of my favorite kind of R&B dance tracks from the mid 80s time period. Most people probably know the Manhattans from their earlier years, and Kiss and Say Goodbye is one of their biggest hits. And then here you have Sun City, Artists United Against Apartheid. For those maybe that don't recall this, for some reason you don't, this was kind of a big collaboration, kind of like a We Are the World or Band-Aid type of thing that a bunch of artists got together. Because this is back in the I guess, 80s, where, you know, Sun City was still segregated. They still had apartheid there. And so it's just a bunch, and, you know, there's a lot of different travel destinations and resorts because, you know, the southern tip of Africa down there, South Africa, was a popular place in that regard. So a bunch of these artists got together and just said, we are no longer doing any concerts or anything there until you get rid of this apartheid bulge. So, you know, on this, it was a collaboration with Africa Bambaataa, just to name a few. Pat Benatar, Big Youth, Curtis Blow, Bono, Jackson Brownie, Clarence Clemens, Jimmy Cliff, George Clinton, Miles Davis, Will Downing, Bob Dylan, Fat Boys, Peter Gabriel, Daryl Hall, Herbie Hancock. Again, to name a few. So it was they had a video for it and everything. So if you haven't seen that before, make sure you check that out. Genuine Bachelor, Pony. And again, this one may be a little too colorful, but I went ahead and pulled it anyway. Figured it was close enough. With Genuine the Life. Pretty cool album. That's a nice promo copy. Some more Whitesnake, Sins and Sinners. I'm sorry, Saints and Sinners. Sins and Sinners. Probably would have been a better title. Aretha Franklin live at the Fillmore. Johnny Taylor. A magnificent album right here. Jason Isbell, Southeastern. Wonderful album. Amy Winehouse. Little synth pop here with the XX. A couple really cool songs on there with the intro and a VCR. Two really cool tracks. Jane Child, Don't Want to Fall in Love. Couldn't stand her when I was younger, but as I got older, definitely got more and more of a crush on her because she was just so unique. You know, she had like the whole chain thing coming from her nose to her ear, and the sides of her head were shaven, and she had like the big mohawk thing on top, and then all the hair went down to the back of her knees, and she's just kind of a character back then. But love Jane. You know, the classic right there, of course, the Cranberries. Love this album. I think a lot of people like to try to take this album sometimes and put it into the 90s cheese type of thing. You know, when you have Lingers and Dreams and songs like that, but freaking album is slamming. I don't care what anybody says. It's beautiful, emotional album, which is awesome. I showed Soft Machine 5 in the last video, so here's Soft Machine 7. Another great one. Love Drive by the Scorpions. This, of course, is the other cover. And then Virgin Killer, again, the other cover. But that's a classic right there. Bloodgood, kind of an 80s hair metal, I guess kind of Christian metal. But yeah, another great album. LA Guns, that might have a little too much color to qualify, but still, it stood out to me when I was flipping through. Dio Intermission. Rammstein. Little Du Hast there, and a little more Rammstein there. This is a really cool pressing too, and one of the things that's so impressing with it is the booklet that they included. I mean, they have some more weird pictures, just like, you know, what you're seeing there on the cover, but it's just the quality of the photos are just absolutely beautiful. I mean, they're like pieces you just want to take and immediately frame because they were just done so well. But anyway, moving right along, little Motorhead. And this is a really cool album too. I'll tell just a really quick story about this one, No Sleep at All, because why this has a bit of meaning to me is that if you guys remember Biosite LJ here in the VC, you know, he was a huge personality, number one, and just really kind of one of the big guys in the VC at the time that he was in for the years that he was around. He hasn't posted much in the last few years, but he still left up all his videos. So again, if you want to go check him out, Biosite. But he and I first connected when I showed this album in a video, and he told me the story about it later, where it was just for some reason when I showed it and was talking about it, he just said he immediately connected with me. That was the first time he reached out to me, and we really became like awesome friends because of this album. So every time I pull it out or listen to it or even just see the cover, it makes me think about my boy LJ. All right, so back to moving along. Bad Magic, Motorhead. The one and only Johnny Cash. Fantastic album right there. Hung my head, and of course, whatchamacallit, the Personal Jesus cover, and just heard all those different covers, excuse me, that he did on that was fantastic. Then we go right to Slayer, Diabolical Musica, Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil, again. And just to note, you see all those white marks on there? Again, another quick story, I'm sorry. But I actually bought the Journal of the Damned box set. I was able to find one, which was really awesome a few years ago. And I bought it, and the guy was like, yeah, brand new, barely, I've only played a couple albums once or twice, and 3 of them are still sealed, and it's just perfect condition. I was like, okay, awesome. So I got it, and I opened it up, and then I saw like this, and I was like, oh, that lying son of a. And I started looking at all the albums, and they all had that on there, even the sealed ones. So, just looking into it really quick, I discovered that's how the Journal of the Damned set was released, was to make the albums look kind of old, worn, like you're opening up some journal from centuries and centuries ago and finding this inside of it. So I was like, okay, because I was really ticked off thinking he sold me some junk. But anyway, moving right along, AC/DC Rocker Bust with the exploding AC/DC logo there. AC/DC Black Ice. AC/DC Black and Black. Back in Black. I always say that kind of wrong. Velvet Underground. Another classic there. And of course, White Light, White Heat. Gotta have that one in there. Since we're on the underground kick, might as well stick with Nico. I think that cover qualifies. As well as 1969. There's a little bit of a theme there with the underground. Sonny and Cher Live. Really cool album here too, because again, you think about Sonny and Cher, and you think about I Got You, Babe, and all that type of stuff. There's actually a couple tracks on this album where Sonny tries to show that he can rock a little bit. So it's actually a really, really good and surprising album. Joy Division. Can't believe I forgot to pull this one the first time. As well as this. I mean, is that not one of the most iconic Black covers? T-Rex. It's a nice 1971 US press there. Jeff Beck Truth. And Don McLean. Again, maybe pushing it kind of close on that one, but I figured, oh well. And then the last two I want to show, one is just a box set. I don't have just a single album. I just have the box set of Led Zeppelin. Again, one that all you guys know. The song remains the same. And the only CD or cassette, or the only thing outside of vinyl that I decided to pull out, this is just because I think this is just so perfect for the thread. I couldn't help it. This is Kitty, one of my favorite metal bands. I mean, these girls can just do it, man. I saw them in concert a few years ago, and you talk about just, oh my gosh, amazing. But Funeral for Yesterday, nice signed copy where I got the two sisters to sign it for me. So that was really kind of cool. But so yeah, there you go. That's my second I'm not gonna say entry, but just kind of second video follow for the Black Albums cover. I'll put all this stuff away, and if I stumble across some more, maybe I'll do a third. We'll kind of see. But as always, thanks for watching, VC. Let me know what you think, and we will talk to you soon.